Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, WWE Hall of Famer, right here, WrestleMania 36, sort of in your backyard, Tampa, Florida.
Yeah.
So tell us, what does WrestleMania mean to you?
Well, you know, going all the way back to being on the very first one,
Tampa Bay.
and if you would have asked me then that the scope of WrestleManias would be where it's at today, I would have said no way, honestly. And I don't think a lot of the upper-ups, including Vince, would have thought that WrestleMania now, the way it turned out. You know, it's global. We have over 150 countries, fans that come to each and every WrestleMania now. And look at the variety, a variety of people, right? And we used to hold it in indoor type coliseums that would seat 15 to 20,000. Now everything's got to be
Stadiums,
football stadiums, you know, that size to accommodate. And that's just to accommodate, you know. And then if you take in WrestleMania week, with all the things that the fans get to enjoy throughout the whole week of WrestleMania, who would have thunk it back then that it would grow to what it is today? Certainly not the Dragon, but I'm so happy that here we are on 36 and still being a part of it.
I know a lot of people always bring up the great match you and Randy Savage had at WrestleMania 3. Unbelievable. Detroit, almost 100,000 people. It's phenomenal. I'm wondering from you too, though, did you have any other WrestleMania moments, or did you always reflect back to WrestleMania 3?
Well, out of the WrestleManias that I participated in, it was always that one. And
what was the first one like? Because you said you were part of Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali was there. Liberace.
Was the guest referee. Liberace was there. I do believe the match I had was with Matt Bourne. Maybe third match on the card for the evening. I think at that time the company had already picked out the main event, and I was just a new guy that just came in. You know, I think I was just with the company 3 months, so you know I was earning my stripes, so to speak.
Now that's something from WrestleMania 1 to WrestleMania 3.
Yeah, too.
You were able to elevate and do that.
You know, I'm the one to give credit where it's due. You know, here we have Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant, our two biggest icons in the business at the time. You know, the main event did the most for the ticket sales, did the most for the buy rate for the pay-per-views. You know, but Randy and I were hearing these numbers rolling in, you know, 50,000 sold, 60, 70, 80, and then it ended up 93,000 tickets sold, and then the buy rate was off the hook, and Savage and I said, well, let's capture the moment. And all we wanted to do was go out there and have the match of the evening, to send them home talking, and here it is, 33 years later, everywhere I go, I always get a mention, a good friendly mention, me and Savage. I only wish that he was around it so all of us could share the moment.
Last question for you.
Okay.
Championship Wrestling from Florida. Tampa was so integral to CWF. What are your recollections of CWF and Tampa?
How about Gordon Solie? Huh? How about Eddie Graham? Right? You know, the Hollywood Blondes, Buddy Colt, Dusty Rhodes, Don Morocco, yay! He was a young baby face back in the 60s.
Well, you mentioned the Hollywood Blondes.
Yeah.
That reminds me of Sir Oliver Humperdinck.
Sir Oliver
the
Humperdinck,
manager.
yes, the manager, yes. Florida Championship Wrestling, you know. I grew up here. Let me tell you this story real quick. When I was in high school and I went to Boca Ciega High School, me and a couple of the guys on the wrestling team on Tuesday nights would drive from St. Pete, across the Howard Franklin Bridge, over to the old Armory, and we'd be sitting there in the first, second row with our high school wrestling shirts on, going, "You guys aren't we're the real deal yet," you know, and not knowing that, God, maybe 4 years later, I'm doing it, you know, so. Yeah, I go all the way back to my high school days in Florida Championship Wrestling, and I guess that's what sparked the interest in me.
And then you got your training start in Tampa too?
No, actually, went to Minnesota, Verne Gagne.
AWA, Verne Gagne.
AWA. I went up there to his school. Flair School was the one 2 years before me. So, yeah, I actually got started up, and that's another story of how I got up there. But thank goodness for Florida Championship Wrestling, because that was the company that sparked the interest in me.
Thank you so much, Ricky.